mga katropa, and welcome once again here in Tol, Anong Latest? Number 25, Part 2. Okay, so I've decided to cut the video because it will really become very long. So I've decided to divide the update analysis and the rekit analysis. And we are now in the rekit analysis of Tol, Anong Latest? So we will look into Madara and Hashirama's banner. And let's move first with Hashirama, and let's look into the animation of his EX Ultimate. Okay, so here we go. So it's a wooden golem jutsu once again. And let's look into the animation. As you can see, the animation is clean, But as you can see, it's not a guaranteed full room, and it leaves somewhat a tree. Okay, and yeah, you must point it directly at the enemy in order to deal damage, because if you missed, you will suffer the fate of those jars. They will be able to survive. Okay, and aside from that, during the first time that I check on this, that tree that you saw, or that we just saw right now, leaves a area of effect. Okay, back, as you can see, it's an area of effect that if the enemy managed to survive the ult, he will be continuously damaged by the tree. Okay, so the usual question, what are the new things here in Hashirama's EX Ultimate? So, hugely decreases the enemy's CP. If you will notice the former ultimates, they only greatly decreases the enemy's CP. Now, Hashirama and Madara seem to start a new trend, and that is, even in the EX Ultimate, they can hugely decreases the enemy's CP. Aside from that, as you can see, it increases the ninjutsu cooldown time of enemies, and it's massive. You know what this means? If ever you were able to touch that tree, or you were hit by Hashirama's X Ultimate and managed to survive, you cannot survive for any longer. Why? Because his X Ultimate will increase the ninjutsu cooldown time of your jutsu massively. And you know what that looks like? The cooldown of your jutsu will now become just like a level 1 X Ultimate cooldown time, and it takes very long, and you cannot counterattack anymore. So this is deadly, that buff, and you must watch out for that. Okay, so it also gives a team invincibility and restores the CP of allies by massive amount. Okay, so it's good. Of course, it reduces the yellow color protection of enemies. And at level 8, it now has a damage nullification buff, and its team damage nullification buff. All allies on the same floor will receive it. Okay? And at level 15, of course, the duration of that damage nullification buff is increased, along with the duration of invincibility, and ninjutsu cooldown time of the jutsu is ignored. We now move on with the bar. What are the buffs that he gets in the bar? Okay, so as you can see here, even when it's still a 7-star card, if the bar is full, it also has revival and recovers CP at the same time. Therefore, this buff is just like the NTL and STL's revival buff. It's color blue, the icon, instead of green, because it indicates that it will not just revive the HP or the shinobi itself, but rather along with it is a chakra or regeneration also at the same time. And it's still the same when it's 8-star. Okay, the effects are still the same. We now move on with Hashirama's LB. Let's look first the animation. Okay, so it's another wood golem, and so it hits the ground. Is he holding? So it's a tree and he slams it in the room. Yeah. And it has a big range. Okay. It's good. Good for me. Okay, so let's look on the buffs. How are the buffs? Okay, so what's new with this LB? So, yeah, it's as usual, it usually decreases the enemy's CP and decreases confusion resistance. Okay. And yeah, as you can see, it also grants team invincibility and the attack is highly accurate. Okay. And it also grants status effect immunity to all allies on the same floor. Okay. And okay, so he now has a effect, this inescapable karma effect. And at level 8, there is something here that is quite new. Really new actually. And as you can see here, decreases the enemy's attack power. But it has an opening and closing column which states pierce before the effect. What does this mean? As you can see here below, it is explained here that status effect with pierce will ignore invincibility and status effect and immunity to status effect. What does this mean? It means that even though you have this pink buff, the status effect immunity, and you were invincible, if the status effect is indicated as pierce, or can we name it enemy's attack power, enemy's pierce attack decreases the enemy's pierce the enemy's attack power. So regardless if you have shield or not, this status effect will take effect. Okay, so it's a new buff. I think this is something that the 6.5 anniversary will start on, or they will start this new trend. Okay, and the other resistances are normal already. So let's look on the limit break effects. So it's still the same as you can see. At limit break plus true, it decreases the enemy's invisibility by 4 seconds and status effect by 50 seconds. And limit break plus 3, usually anniversary events have peculiar good buffs in here. So as for Hashirama, well, yeah, another pierce status effect which is decreases the enemy's critical hit rate. Okay, and then increase the user's confusion resistance and paralysis. Anyways, it ends after 50 seconds anyway, after entering the battlefield. So it looks like useless anyway, because I don't know, mostly the first room in battlefields are filled with traps anyway, so it's kinda doesn't helpful anyway. Okay, so the buffs are cool, really, especially that pierce. It's very interesting and I think it's very dangerous. Imagine a pierce paralysis status effect. Oh my god. So it means the pink buff doesn't apply anymore, that we really need to work on building status effect resistances, because if we don't, despite having invincibility and status effect, it will be useless anyways right now. So I can see that this is the new trend, and yeah, the LV is good. I can say it's good, you know. And then lastly, this Shamling Jutsu Rashomon. By the way, it's in the anime. So Hashirama indeed used this jutsu to counter Madara's tail beast bomb with his Susanoo sword. I think that's the jutsu. Oh, so it blocks the enemy, as you can see. Let's destroy this. Let's see if the enemy can go to our side when they are shielded. So yeah, it's really a barrier, somewhat like the clone Susanoo wall of Madara. It's good. As regards animation of Hashirama's kit, I don't have any complaint about it. It's not that so cool, you know, so awesome, but I think it's not that really bad. It's just okay, just simple, just like this Rashomon. In the anime, Hashirama summoned 5-layered Rashomon, and this Rashomon is only litigates only just one. Okay, so let's look on the VAP. So what's new with this? Well, so here it only greatly decreases the enemy CP. That's normal. And yeah, Hashirama still follows the trend followed by the NTL and STL, which even though they are only 4-star cards, they can now double strip the enemy, stripping invisibility and status effect, as you can see. And once again, it gives invincibility buffs to team, meaning I think Hashirama may be a good inside the final room with this, especially this Rashomon. Imagine Hashirama will first cast this Rashomon, thereby blocking the forward movement of an enemy in case he penetrates the final room. Okay, so it's good. It's good that both his LB and 4-star, the new ones, grants team invincibility and recover CP. Okay, and yeah, but among all the VAPs mentioned, there is nothing anything here worth mentioning except this thing. Where is it? Yeah, increases the ninjutsu cooldown time small, so it will become medium at level 8. And if you notice also in the LB, it also had that same buff, increase the ninjutsu cooldown time medium, and it will become large at level 8. Okay, so it's not mentioned here that it will become huge. I think this 6.5 anniversary Shinobi is starting another trend aside from that Pierce status effect. It is that they will now increase the ninjutsu cooldown time of their enemies. And as I have mentioned in the EX Ultimate of Hashirama, explaining that increase the ninjutsu cooldown time by massive amount, it's really a very big difference in battlefield. Because imagine, in order to usually survive, we have to keep on exchanging blows with the enemies, especially if the enemy is stronger. Now, if your ninjutsu cooldown time is lessened, you cannot keep up with the exchange of blows, and this is a really advantageous if you have their kits. Enemies will be overwhelmed, and their firepower will be lessened because their chance of casting jutsu continuously will be cut off because of these debuffs. My. Okay, so now let's move with Mother. Okay, so let's look first with the EX Ultimate. So it's now only a perfect Susanoo, no more majestic attire. So let's see how does this EX Ultimate does. Okay, 1 slash. Oh my, is that Magatama beads? Ooh. So like Hashirama, it's also one-sided. As you can see, we did not break these jars. And yeah, I think that short delay is not a bit problem, because as you can see, the Magatama beads will push the enemy away anyway. So I think there is no chance of counter attack between those split seconds before Madara slashes. Okay, so I think it's not a big problem anyway. And just like Hashirama, it's a revive cancel jutsu, because yeah, pack. Well, also the animation is just simple. It's okay. Not that very awesome and not that too bad. Okay, so let's look on the buffs of Hashirama Madara's EX Ultimate. Okay, so yeah, as I have mentioned, revives ignores revives once defeated effect. Oh, look at this. It only greatly decreases the enemy CP. Compared to Hashirama, he hugely decreases the enemy CP when the user is a defense shinobi. Does that an implication that Hashirama is better than Madara? Let's look more. Okay, inflict enemies, increases invincibility. Still same with Hashirama, but what's new with this and what's different with Hashirama is that he doesn't need to become level 8 before he has this damage nullification buff. Though this damage nullification buff is only for self. Unlike with Hashirama, it's a team damage nullification buff. This only to self. And even though if the ultimate is only level 1, it has already this said buff. Okay? So of course, it decreases the yellow protection. And at level 8, as you can see here, this is now something new. You know why? Because, yeah, the duration of the damage nullification effect increases. Also, the duration of the temporary recoil effect, which means he cannot be affected by knockback. Now, if you will look at level 15, another increase is applied also. So what does this mean? Does this mean that the damage nullification buff now is the same or somewhat longer than the usual? In my analysis of the past damage nullification buff, they only last for 12 seconds. But what does this third increase mean? And it sounded like so OP. You know, I hope I do have their kit to test these things, but this is insane. For that, an increase of damage nullification buff by level 2. So at first it was given at levels 1 to 7, and then at level 8 the duration increases, and then at level 15 another increase. My god, it will be OP. And let's look with the EX boost effects. Okay, so these two is normal. So it also revives again once defeated. And same with the Hashirama and same with NTL STL. This buff is that blue revival buff, meaning it's not just the HP who will be restored, but also CP at the same time. When Madara and Hashirama will rise from defeat. Okay, and we at 8-star bar still the same, but what differs with Hashirama is that here he can now causes the enemy's ultimate damage to enemies on the same floor. What does this mean? It only means that even though you did not point the jutsu to the enemy, it will still hit on them because it's somewhat like full room, even though the animation is not surely full room. Is it really Madara only have this particular buff? Did I miss something? Yeah, it's only him. So I guess Madara's X ultimate is much better in versus Hashirama if you will use him in AM, because it has insane buffs. My god. The second time increase of duration of damage nullification buff. This is insane. Oh my. I haven't seen buffs like this. This is really new. Okay, so let's move on with the LB. Okay, so it's somewhat like his old 4-star, you know, the fan flames. Let's see how does it looks. So he casts first wind and then sets fire, and it also inflicts knockback effect, as you can see. Well, same comment, just like the Jutsu of Hashirama. Their animations are simple, you know, not that so awesome and not that bad. It's just okay, only good. Okay, so let's look on the buffs of the LB. Okay, so what's new with this? So also, just like Hashirama, it also deals highly accurate damage, okay, and decreases the enemy's seal resistance. It also has evasion and invincibility, but only to self, okay, CP and regeneration, but Just like with the old LB and 4-star, it will only restore if Madara deals damage. This is bad, because Madara, one of the problems of Madara is his CP restoration. My brother has Madara. He got the full kit of Madara 6 months ago. And yeah, this is the problem whenever I play his Madara, okay? I don't know. Let's see if the 4-star has a CP recovery. Okay. Now, this is something new. And this is very deadly. If he is readying his Uchiwa or the weapon that he wields, that look guitar-like weapon, he will have a damage nullification buff and immunity to recoil for a set period of time. What? This is just a buff that is only granted by an EX Ultimate. Now, if you have his LB, you can now have damage nullification buff. This is insane. So far, only NTL has this buff. And when you can acquire that buff? If you have Naruto the Last LB at +3. But now, you don't need to make the LB +8. Madara just need to ready his Uchiwa and he will be granted by this jutsu. But what does ready mean? I think it's before casting. So technically, per use of the LB, he will be granted damage nullification buff. This is insane. Okay, and then at level 8, yeah, it inflicts Pierce Darkness. Okay, so therefore, even though you have a specific immunity and invincibility, you will still be inflicted by darkness. Okay, and at level 15, as you can see here, okay, so evasion rate is increased. Anyway, so look, the new thing here is that the damage nullification buff can now be obtained if in LB, not just in EX Ultimate. This is insane. As we read these things, I can see that Madara is really greater than Hashirama, and he is really a worthy of being called the 6.5 anniversary. This is insane. You don't need to make it +3 anymore. Let's look on the limit break effects. Okay, so same at +2. Okay, double strip. And at +3, does he also have that same buffs? Okay, as you can see here, another damage nullification buffs. And here, he will restore a lot of CP and HP. Okay, so they fix the problem of Madara with his CP recovery. But you need to make it +3 first. Okay, but what's intriguing here is that he now have, okay, Pierce decreases the enemy's critical hit rate. It's Pierce, okay, and yeah, the other buffs are still the same anyways. But what's intriguing here is this: makes the user invincible and nullifies damage. So another, in a way, damage nullification buff. My God, this is insane. Okay, so we now move forward with the last one, the 4-star. Okay, so let's look on. So it's a Susanoo, half body Susanoo. Oh, so the animation is somewhat like his 2022 LB, but it doesn't move, and it's like the LB of KLM during 2023. But instead of Bijudama falling from the sky, these are fireballs. Well, as I have said, animations are simple, not that bad, and not that so awesome. Okay, so let's look on the buffs. Is there any new here? Anyways, actually there's none. As you can see, the buffs here are just normal, just like the usual buffs that we have. Also, it's also double strip also, even though it's 4-star. It follows the trend of the NTL and STL, that it decreases invincibility of the enemy by 4 seconds and status effect immunity by 10 seconds, and also this decreases how long they have damage reduction. Okay? Okay, so here it recovers CP. So it's CP is not a problem anymore if you will use this 4-star. Okay, so it restores the CP for a set period of time and reduces the CP damage they receive. So, okay. So, now that we have read everything about the kits of Hashirama and Madara, the question now, of course, is, should you summon? Their kit is OP. And I still can't gauge if they are better than STL and NTL, the 6th anniversary units, because I believe even though their buffs looks like much better than Naruto the Last and Sasuke the Last, I think it's good that they will be tested all the more in the battlefield. Okay? But as for the theoretically, I think with the buffs that they have, especially Madara compared to NTL, in my opinion, his buffs are better than NTL. Okay? Especially this EX ult that increases the damage nullification buff up to the second time. Okay? And a damage nullification buff also in the LB without making it plus 3. Okay? So you already have that perk because NTL has that perk if you manage to make his LB plus 3. Okay? So, yeah, they are so OP, but the problem is with their drop rates, you really need to turn into pay to win in order to increase your chance of getting their kits. That is the only problem. Okay? So, I think Madara, of course, it's obvious, he will be great in attack mission. And I think he can be also great in defense. Hashirama, I will highlight that maybe he is really good in defense, especially in final room. Now that he gives team invincibility and that his jutsu are pretty insane because it increases the enemy's ninjutsu cooldown time, thereby preventing the enemy from continuously casting their jutsu. Technically, it depends on your need. If you need a good attack mission main, I suggest you choose Madara. If you need a good final room defender, you choose Hashirama. But as I have mentioned, the drop rates are really deadly. And it's really, really hard to get their kills. But they are a worth it shinobi, you know. So that's all, buddies. I hope you had a lucky summon despite the low drop rates. As for me, I'm still thinking if I will summon yet, but my target is Hashirama because, you know, I like to fortify all the more my final room, but I will not summon yet just now because I just received an intel that there will be part 2 6.5 anniversary. And as you can see on the screen, there are files already of Indra and Ashura hinting that during the part 2, Indra and Ashura are the featured shinobi. So, as a free-to-play player with limited sources of Shinobite, I suggest before pulling in any banner, considering the fact that the drop rates are very, very low, you choose wisely first. And if you manage to decide which banner will you go all out, and then go all out only in one banner. Or if you feel that you're lucky in a particular banner, just go all out in that particular banner. Because it's not wise as a free-to-play player to pull in all of them. Considering their low drop rates, it's really a very low chance of getting their full kits in that way. Yes, it usually works during non-anniversary days, but in anniversary, it's really a rare event. Okay? So that's all, buddies. So as for now, I will not yet summon. So kita-kits, mga katropa.